saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play fake, Shuck. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That's an early scrambler that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Second and 6. Here's Shuck. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now Shuck. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. The Saints at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. And they were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards.
Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Shuck now to throw. And his throw is incomplete. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay.
And they're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing, Shuck. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the back spin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Looking to put a drive together.
Set, ready. 50, green.
Throwing to start the drive. Simpson. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 red. 60 red. Hut.
They'll try and run here with Urban. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Black, 95.
Back to throw. Simpson. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. And he goes out right around the 39. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that will bring up second down.
2nd and 6.
Down. 10 black.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Needle blue. Ready?
Back to throw now on first down. To the right side, catch made by Ibuka. And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Buccaneer.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Open man is Ibuka. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be second down.
7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Ready.
Slot man moves right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Black 40. Ready.
Looking to throw. Simpson. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they go with Krosky-Merritt. And this will wind up a Saints first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. To throw now, Shuck. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught. Krosky-Merritt with it. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Here's Jake Camarda now.
Nice little juke. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Ready?
Back to throw. Simpson. They're fine with Millen here. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now it's the backup Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. They'll throw again. Prescott. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher. Guys trying to get to the football.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Simpson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Yeah, good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 6.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow, 6. Mega. Blaster, 6. Slice blue. Ready?
Back to throw. Simpson. Not a bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. We'll hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Here we go. 50, green. Ready.
Here's 2nd and 8. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jonas Sanker. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Krosky Merritt. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
To throw is Shuck. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Still going inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Blake Grupe now for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
The score, Saints 7, Buccaneers 0. Blake Grupe to kick off for the Saints.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do your offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In the case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big fella go. And finally taken down at the 15. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
A gain of 42 yards on the play.
A run up the middle with Irving. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Okay, ready?
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 5-yard line.
Let's go now. 52 Bulls. Claws red. Check.
Looking to throw. Simpson checks this one down. It's Mitchell. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
This will be caught at about the 6. Now the Bucs going to use the 1st of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal.
Ready, go. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this 1st half.
And the Saints, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Blake Grupe to kick off for the Saints.
A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this 2nd half. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This offense, Charles, had a strong 1st half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the 1st half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
6 yards. It's 4th down.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. On 1st down, it's Krosky-Merritt. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw. There's a short one caught by Johnson. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. They'll swing this out to Krosky-Merritt. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards, good for the Saints, 1st down.
That's good for a Saints. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Shuck. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The point after, good by Groupie. And it's now 21-0.
Saints 21. Buccaneers nothing. Blake Groupie to kick off for the Saints.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
18-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation.
That's caught at the 25. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 65 yards.
Complete to Emeka Egbuka. It's a gain of 65 yards. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Running the jet sweep as Prescott backs it forward. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. A shotgun handoff here to Irvin. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Here's Prescott. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Saints will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him lug that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people might have thought about lateraling it there. No shot. Trying to take it the distance.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Shuck now to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Groupie able to add the PAT. And that makes the score 28-0.
Blake Groupie to kick off for the Saints.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works. But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Kill. What do you think?
Prescott. A hit as he throws there incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. 4th down, Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Throwing, Prescott. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 33. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Prescott. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 26-yard line.
Second down and 3. Prescott down. This one taken in by Allen. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. To the air again, Prescott. Now he's going to step up and run. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Second and 10. Now Prescott.
And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. He'll try and do this himself. And it is caught. And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get into pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Let's go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Emeka Ibuka taking it in. And the Buccaneers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
They're all about the numbers, aren't
All
they?
about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A point after, good by Groupie. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Buccaneers 8. Blake Groupie to kick off for the Saints.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Jumping over. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
It's a gain of 14 yards. Complete to Chris Godwin. A gain of 14. First down, Buccaneers.
Claude Ray. Ready.
Back to throw now on first down. They'll find McMillan here. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and a couple.
Up second and 2 at the 47-yard line.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, Simpson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Bucs on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it,
You
yeah.
see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. Off the play fake. Simpson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
From the gun on third down, Simpson. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Ready up.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Shuck. That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. To throw now, Shuck. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bucs are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something they was built on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 11. Running the toss to Irving. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 86 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the
They run over center with Mitchell.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
Buccaneers 14.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. He can only get a yard after all that, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now Shuck. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
To throw is Shuck. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. He's going to let it fly. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
A 51-yard gain. First down.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Saints come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Saints, they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.